Jenna's audience members.
Remember running around in the backyard with your friends and your family, imagining your own worlds in your head? Where did that time go? As we grow up, we become less creative. As kids, we would introduce ourselves to the world and to others in the most creative ways possible. But now, we're accustomed to what the world has to offer, and when we do meet new friends, we meet it in the most ordinary ways. Few articles agree that as we grow up, our creativity is drained by education, ignored by quick solutions, and overshadowed by data. NASA confirmed that creativity is drained by our education. NASA did a study using a longitudinal test of creative potential. They did the test on 1,600 kids to the ages 4 to 5, and they found that 98% of them tested at creative genius. After 5 years, only 30% tested at that same level. Another 5 years, only 12%. And as adults, only 2% tested at the same level as 4 to 5-year-olds. It explains why the article is named, "You're 96% less creative than you were as a child." Another example is writing. When you're little, you're given fictional writing prompts every week for writing class. But as we grow up, we're given more compare and contrast papers and informational essays. Last example is class time. When you were a kid, you used your class time making coloring, making puzzles, and painting. But now we use them for studying and testing quizzes. Our education teaches us to focus and to narrow our minds instead of using creativity. Not only does school make us less creative, but also everyday activities can make you less creative as well. In an article, Why Our Brains Become Less Creative as We're Older, it explains how, when we're older, we ignore creative solutions for quick and easy solutions. As we grow through life, we pick up habits in order to make things easier. When we are kids, we would mess up creatively in order to find a solution. But as adults, we have habits, so we do things without thinking. One example is driving. When you're a kid in the backseat of a car looking out a window, you look at the scenery and think of your own world. While when you're an adult, all you think about is getting from point A to point B. Another example is cheating. When you're a child, you don't even think about cheating because you're painting. But when you're an adult, you gotta do tests, quizzes, or even your job. You have to do hard work in order to get things done. So many people go to quick and easy answers instead. Research actually shows that education and habits actually change the way your brain thinks and functions. In an article called, "According to Neuroscientists, We May Be Making Ourselves Less Creative by Being More Data-Driven," it actually shows this. When we are relaxed, our brain flows better, so we are more creative. Our executive function, which is the front part, is relaxed, so we can think of more creative solutions. But charts and graphs affect this area. It restricts it so we don't think as creatively. Also, when we receive data, the opposite side of our brain works, the left side instead of the right side, so we think more logically than creatively. As you grow up, your creativity is drained by education, ignored for quick solutions, and is overshadowed with data. Education and habits use the left side of your brain instead of the right side of your brain, restricting you and making it so your creativity can't flow. But as you grow up, you can combat this by trying new solutions for old habits and by using creative questions in your school and at your job.